All right, we want to talk a little bit today about a serious issue affecting businesses. A lot of local and small businesses are struggling as we head into the holiday shopping season. This is a critical time for so many businesses. Joining us to talk a little bit about this today is Ami Kassar, the CEO and founder of Multifunding, which is a business loan advisory firm. Ami, thank you for being with us today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks. Pleasure to be with you.
So I want to ask you about this. We're heading into this holiday shopping season. We know that this has already been a brutal year for a lot of retailers just because of the pandemic and the economic fallout from that. They will probably be relying on that holiday shopping boost more than ever this time around. The question is, will that be enough for a lot of these businesses?
Well, we hope so, and we can all do our best to try help small businesses, not only retailers, but restaurants as it gets colder and there'll be less outdoor seating, maybe by taking out or making an effort to buy products locally. And at the same time, we have to hope that cooler heads will prevail in Washington, D.C., and there'll be another round of PPP or EIDL help because many of these businesses are sadly holding on by a thread as a result of COVID-19, and it's not really their fault that this is happening in the middle of a political transition.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that because we had this aggressive intervention that happened early on in the pandemic. It seems like all parties involved were willing to pitch in and get that help, that stimulus out to businesses, those loan guarantees, those forgivable loans. We have heard a lot about talks of a possible second stimulus package from Washington, but now there's some speculation that we may not see something through the end of this year because there's so much focus right now on whether the president will concede or will he not. And then there's these two Georgia Senate races that Republicans would very much like to hold on to and Democrats would like to get. And so it seems like a lot of that attention is going elsewhere and not on what's going on with businesses across this country. Can they wait that long into, let's say, early next year?
Many of them can't, and for many of them, it's by the hour, by the day, by the minute, and they are literally holding on for dear life. So let's just take as an example local restaurants. Well, it's getting cold. I don't know so much down there by Dallas, but here on the East Coast, it's starting to get cold, and they've been able to have outdoor seating for a couple months. But now the pandemic is getting worse, and there might be more restrictions, and outdoor seating is less viable. What are they going to do?
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The stimulus money is out right now. It's not there.
Yeah, a lot of these businesses ran out of that money months ago, in fact, and have, as you said, been holding on to the edge of that cliff thinking more has to be coming soon. We keep hearing that they're talking back and forth, and then it just gets delayed and delayed and delayed. I want to ask you, you interface with a lot of these small businesses. What kinds of questions or concerns are you hearing from them right now, and has that gotten more serious as time has gone by?
Businesses, let's be clear that businesses are in different stages. So there are some businesses that have managed to hang on and do fine through the pandemic, and some that have grown, but many are really struggling. And unfortunately, it's heartbreaking when these businesses call and there's absolutely nothing we can do for them. They've used up their PPP money. They've used up their EIDL money. They've reached out to states and seen if there's any state money available. They've tried to do their best. And what the best advice we can give to them is get creative, pivot. Some businesses, restaurants, as an example, have done well by really building a robust takeout business. Mm-hmm. Others haven't managed to do that. There's one business, in today's Veterans Day, they put up a GoFundMe campaign for their water ice company called Rosati Water Ice. They put up a GoFundMe campaign to keep their employees employed and bring them back to work full time. And the money that comes in, they're sending water ice to the vets. So there are things and creative things you can do. And my best advice to the businesses out there that are struggling is get creative, hold them tight. Every day counts. There are things you can do. Pivot if you need to. Do what you can to try and make a difference so you can survive, and hopefully and pray that more relief will be around the corner. But we just don't know when. And the relief should have come before the election, and they couldn't pull it together. Now the question is, will they get it together in the lame duck session? If they don't get it together in the lame duck session, will it how long will it take after January 20th? It's tricky.
Yeah, tricky to say the least, and so the advice for those small business owners right now is get creative as you can and try to hang on, and the advice to everyone else is don't forget about the little guys when you're out shopping. You know, do what you can to maybe help out some of these businesses to keep them afloat until they can get more substantial help. Ami
Take the
Kassar,
time
the
to help
CEO
them.
and founder of Multifunding, thanks for being with us today. We wish it were under better circumstances. Hopefully we'll see some word on this soon.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.